Surprise, surprise. Once again, Barcelona are a shambles. Just when it looked like they were slowly recovering from the financial issues they were having as a club, they have now been accused of bribing referees over €1.5 million and face either a points deduction or even relegation to the Spanish second division. So today, we're going to take that a step further. We're going to relegate Barcelona, and we're also going to bankrupt them, taking 2 or even 3 steps back to hopefully solidify their future in the long term. I've literally released their top players, leaving only 19 players, their 19 lowest rated players in the squad. And to be honest, our starting 11 is a little bit of a mess. If you wanted a better representation of how much of a shambles Barcelona are, literally half an hour before I started recording this, my Leo Messi poster falls off my wall and won't go back on. It just had to be the Messi poster. And like I said, I have wiped off our transfer budget, just given us £6 million to operate with. So the main area where we are just an absolute shambles is the centre back. We only have one centre back in the entire squad, and he is 61 rated. So I'm going to spend the majority of our budget on getting some new centre backs in that might not be here long term, but could help stabilize us and potentially get us back to La Liga. So Josep Ellis from Hayuk Split is hopefully going to be the first. And I'm also going in here for the La Liga and German centre back, Shkodran Mustafi. This dude's been around for a while, but he would be a great cheap pickup to the squad. They're going to say 1.5, and we will accept that from Levante. And there we go, lads. The first addition to the squad in the Mr. Rebuild Salvation era for Barcelona is going to be Shkodran Mustafi. And the Croatian centre-back, Josip Alej, is also going to join us from Hayuk Split. Barcelona are known for having an incredible youth academy. They have developed so many talents through it over the course of their history. So I really want to use it to our advantage. We're going to set up a 6-month scouting operation here in Spain, hoping to bring the next crop of Catalonian talent through Barcelona. It's a really good way to get our squad depth numbers up and just kind of rebuild that way. Really getting back to Barcelona's roots, you know? Forget about the big spending. We're here to develop the youth. But this is what the starting 11 is looking like after the opening window. We're really going to have to rely on our big name players like Balde, like Nico Gonzalez, and like Francisco Trincao for the first few seasons whilst we try to build up the rest of this team. But I genuinely don't know if we should be pushing for promotion, if we're going to be a mid-table side, if we're going to be down bottom. I genuinely have no clue, but I'm excited to find out. Okay, we are pushing for promotion. Touching wood that this comes to fruition. Sitting 3rd in the second division right now. Fair play to Levante though. We take Mustafi from them and they're currently invincible. Also, over the past 6 months, I've been going through all the youth academy scouting reports and put together a pretty decent youth academy here. A lot of players that have potentials in the high 90s, but it's just a question whether the overalls match. I'm tempted to promote some of these players here in January though. To be fair, I think I'm going to keep them in the youth academy because I don't think any of them would make it into the starting 11 right now, but it's good signs so far. We literally do not have a right back in this squad, so I thought it was probably time that we get at least one right back into the team, which is why we've signed Thomas Silva from the Portuguese league. Like, we've literally had a centre defensive midfielder playing here the whole time. At least this looks somewhat normal. We've certainly copped a bit of an L here though, lads. Ilias, he's a decent potential player, but he had a release clause of £5.3 million, with Mechelen have activated. We couldn't sign him to a new contract, so he's leaving the club. I mean, he probably wouldn't have been our starting right winger like for the whole video with Trincao still here, but it still hurts nonetheless. And we're going to put part of that money towards getting ourselves a young Spanish centre midfielder. It is Adrian Bernabé joining us here from Parma. These bloody release clauses are going to be the death of me. I'm genuinely frustrated right now. West Brom have taken our goalkeeper Pena for £9 million. Yeah, it is bad negotiation. It's frustrating. You know what? Screw it. I'm using that as a perfect sign from the FIFA gods. Iago Sainz has 71 overall. He's the best player in our youth academy. He has 93 to 99 potential. Let's give the 16-year-old his chance. Let's give him his chance and promote him to the senior team. So we've got a lot of our older players saying they want to leave the youth academy. They want to be promoted to the first team. So someone I'm definitely doing that to is Fran Santana. He's joining the senior team. I'll give this Diaz guy a promotion, but honestly, the rest of these guys, I'm not overly devastated if they walk, because I'll give Romero a promotion, but their overalls aren't insane. Really, Medina and Mendes are the only two that I'm super committed to at the moment. We've missed out on an automatic promotion. We end up finishing 4th in La Liga, meaning we're going in the second division, meaning we are going through the playoffs. It's going to be either Alaves, Oviedo, or Eibar joining Levante, Granada in the top division. Obviously ourselves included in that potential teams. Bottom of the table, however, we're going to scroll down and it is Villarreal's B team finishing bottom. Cadiz have won Copa de España. That's huge, not the big boys. We take down Real Oviedo to join. We're going to be versing Eibar in the promotion playoff final. I'll be back in La Liga with Barcelona. No, we are not. We have lost 3-1 over 2 legs against Eibar. God damn it. Of course, now that we leave the top division, we're no longer a juggernaut. It's the 2 remaining juggernauts in Spanish football making a Champions League final. A Madrid Champions League final, nonetheless. Benfica break their European curse and win the Europa League. And West Ham United take down Nice. Roberto has absolutely crushed it for us this year. 27 goals to his name. However, we're going to be needing to look for a new starting striker next year because he's headed back to Malaga at the end of the season. He was only here on a loan move. Could be this Diaz guy that I promoted. It's time to shine, but more than likely, nah. And I'm also going to go ahead here and promote the remaining players to our senior team. Could be good squad depth numbers, although not this Pacheco guy. 53 rated, nah, he can get released. But the rest of the guys promoting to the senior team, although what the hell is that guy's potential? 95 to 94, and he's only 52 overall. Is that a glitch? I'm going to promote Fabian Barrera and just see what happens. I'm just curious to see what that means. But we now know that we should be in the promotion hunt in season number 2. So let's go get ourselves promoted back to La Liga. Priority number 1, we said it last year, is to get a new striker into the squad. Now, because I didn't use the money that we got from Pena last year, the sale to West Brom, that's going to allow our budget to be a little bit higher this year. So I'm going to try signing Henrique Araujo, a Portuguese striker from Benfica. Let's see if we can bring him across to the Spotify Camp Nou. £8 million, they want 11.4. I'm going to hit them back with a 9-1 offer here, and they are going to accept. Hopefully he can be the man that gets us out of the second division and back up top, but it is Henrique Araujo joining us here from Benfica. And we've got the first player departure of the season here as Alex Collado is headed to Almeria for £4.8 million. The first of our youth academy products getting a loan move, Manuel Romero off to Ibiza for 2 years. Mustafi was great last year in terms of steadying the ship for us, but I want to start thinking about the future and this year. So we've got ourselves not only a +3 upgrade, but a young Spanish centre half in Alejandro Frances, who is joining us from Zaragoza. The disrespect from FIFA. His value when I approached him was like 8.8, and now they've dropped him to a 6. How does man lose 2.8 million pounds to his valuation just by joining us at Barcelona? They're clearly not familiar with the wonders Mr. Rebuild works with. The loans continue. Fran Santana, I am so excited to see what he can do. 2 years in the Belgian league. I'm hoping he comes back an absolute superstar. Like, to be fair, out of all of our prospects, Santana and our goalkeeper are the ones I'm most excited about. We're also going to get a loan move for the right back prospect, Salvador Mendes, off the Italian league. Someone I have zero intention, though, of selling is Nico Gonzalez. I want him to be the club captain when we lift the Champions League title. So offers for him, well and truly blocked. Nice try though, Bournemouth. You've got good taste, that is clear. The season of loans continue. Iger Medina, the centre-back, off on a 2-year loan. And Mr. Glitched potential himself is off. It is the man with 95 to 94 potential, Fabian Barrera, off to Dundalk for 2 years. This, if he comes back a dud, then I'll just release him. But I'm so interested to see how he goes with that glitch potential. The goal needs to be winning the league. Honestly, I want to get promoted, but I want to do it in style. I want Barcelona to be back in the top flight in style. I mean, we've got an 80 rated player. Some of the players that we inherited to begin with are absolutely class at the moment. There are some sore points in the defense, I would say, but I'm really excited to see what Season 2 has in store for Barcelona. We're not doing it in style. Cadiz are currently doing it in style. I also find it wild. They won Copa de España last year, but got relegated. So they're currently undefeated, 10 points clear of us, but we're going to take it for what it is. We're currently in an automatic promotion spot, and I intend on staying there. I mean, if Cadiz weren't having such a phenomenal season, I would say like our season's been pretty good so far. So let's just keep it up. So Josip Elais wants out of the club. So you know what? I'm gonna accept these offers and see if we can get an upgraded center back. We were gonna have to do it at some point, so we may as well do it now and get somebody in that can be ready for the remainder of this season and hopefully next year. But Josip Elais is off to Bochum in the German league. But we've got the replacement in, and to be honest, it is an upgrade. No questions asked. William Paco, I'm gonna say William Pacho. I'm gonna go with Paco. The Ecuadorian center half is gonna join us here for £5.6 million from Antwerp. I'm really happy, of course. We got promoted, but oh my God. Cadiz had an invincible season. Cadiz had 0 losses all year and have won the second division. I'm okay with coming. We only had 3 losses all year and we came second. We have had a phenomenal year, but Cadiz going invincible is unbelievable. Fair play to them. Regardless though, we are promoted and are heading back to La Liga next year with Barcelona. Scrolling down the table, the final team is going to be Mirandes. Fair play to Villarreal's B team. They climbed, what, 5 spots? That's progress from them. Can't wait to see the B team in the Champions League final in 10 years. Atletico Madrid have won Copa de España. Almeria will be promoted alongside ourselves and Cadiz next year. Juventus have won an all-Italian Champions League final. Liverpool win the Europa League, and it is AC Milan taking down Arsenal to win the Conference League. Enrique Araujo has had a standout season this year. +5 growth, 26 goals. Trincao as well, 23 and 13, +4 growth. Our attack is about to be unbelievable. Definitely feel like we made the right decision signing Enrique Araujo. Also, I kind of want to check out how our development went on the players that we loaned out. +3 growth for Medina, that's decent. +11 growth for Salvador Mendes. Oh my God, 11 growth for the right back. +5 growth for Fran Santana, I'm really happy with that. Yo, what is in the water? Manuel Romero has gone up +12. And Fabian Barrera, the man with the glitched potential, is definitely glitching. He might be one of the best players in the Irish League right now. +12 growth. Oh my. Our youth academy is delivering. So I can definitely see Salvador Mendes being the future of the club at the right back role. However, he's 72 rated and we've got a La Liga relegation battle to survive. Thomas Silva, 71 rated. So I have decided to sign the Ukrainian right back, Alexander Simic, I'm going to say. Simic, he's 75 rated, 27 years of age. So this is really a signing that can give us a little bit of an upgrade at the right back role whilst we are in the relegation battle and whilst we wait for that right back to come back from his loan move. And then hopefully that way, when Mendes comes back from Benevento next season, he is higher rated than Simic and can go and make the right back spot his own. Timchik. All right, I'm going to say Timchik. And there we go. We are saying thank you and goodbye to Thomas Silva, who is headed back to the Portuguese league. Why do so many clubs want Francisco Trincao on loan? I swear I've got so many loan offers for him in this rebuild. He's ours. He's one of our star players. No way. Another one of our players heading to the Portuguese league on a permanent transfer. It's Hiroke Abe, the Japanese winger, heading there, and we get £1.8 million in our back pocket. I'm surprised it's taken this long, but we're going to have our first loan move of the season. This is a massive signing, though. We have spent just about every last penny we had in the transfer budget to sign the Argentinian midfielder Alan Velasco here from FC Dallas, making the move across from the MLS. Because of the formation we are playing as well, though, I'm going to convert him to a left winger. Speaking of the MLS, we've sold a player there. Alex Carbonell headed to New York City FC. A lot of question marks surrounding this team, though. Are we good enough to survive relegation here with Barcelona. Really gonna have to rely on our front three to just bang in goals this year. But I'm excited, lads. Let's go check in and see how we're doing on the 1st of January. Also, fellas, if you are enjoying today's rebuild, make sure you scorpion kick that subscribe button down below on the push towards 500,000 subscribers. So help us get there if you enjoy the content. So far, so good. The lads are stepping up. Currently sitting 9th in La Liga, 25 points, although we're not super safe. We're only 11 points ahead of the relegation zone. We need to make sure we are focused and in our pocket for the second half of the season. It could really go either way. We are literally at the midpoint. Like, we're 11 points away from the Champions League. So we have a phenomenal second half of the season, push for Champions League. We have a dreadful second half of the season, get relegated. And I think I just spent the remainder of our transfer budget re-signing Maya to an extended contract. I would sign Mustafi to an extended contract, but he's retiring at the end of the season. Well, we didn't make the Champions League or get relegated, but we finish 8th in our first season here with Barcelona back in La Liga, which is phenomenal. Just 3 more points and we could have guaranteed European football next year. Hopefully, we might sneak into the Conference League, but I'm not bothered either way, to be totally honest. My goal this year was just don't get relegated, and we have smashed that out of the park. Top of the table, though, was Real Madrid. They are still the big dogs of Spanish football. And as we scroll down, we finished on 57, and the relegation zone was Osasuna on 32 points. That would have been comical if Cadiz got promoted or relegated after going invincible last year. It is a Copa de España title here to Real Madrid. It's a good year to be a Madrid football team. Atletico Madrid have won the Champions League, Liverpool win the Europa League, and it is Manchester United winning the Conference League. 3 big teams winning all the European silverware. What a clutch year though from Trincao, Velasco, and I guess Araujo. They're all growing like absolute madmen, but I feel like especially with Araujo, that dynamic play potential might not go as crazy as it did last year, only scoring 11 goals. Of course, though, as we do know, we are saying goodbye to Skodran Mustafi, who is retiring at the end of the season. Thank you for your help, mate, getting us back to this point. Regardless, though, bring on Season 4. Some of you might remember this name right here. It is Ricky Puig. He went to LA Galaxy in the MLS, and it was really a surprising move to see him leaving La Liga and leaving Barcelona at such a young age. But I want him to fulfill his destiny at this club. We need ourselves an upgraded center midfielder, and I think he would be an amazing signing. He's now at Strasbourg, and Strasbourg want way too much money. Are you kidding me? His market value is 31, and you want 45.3. Are you taking the piss right now, Strasbourg? Nah, you know what? Nah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Nah, we'll try getting Puig at some point during this rebuild, but that is just a waste of money. Instead, we're going to try getting ourselves a bargain here. Joey Veerman has only 12 months remaining on his own contract. The chief executive says we could get him for 27.2, which would be just phenomenal. They're going to say 27.6 with a 10% sell-on clause. I don't mind the 27.6, but I don't want the 10% sell-on clause, and they are okay with that. This could be a great picker. I mean, in real life, Barcelona have a star Dutch center midfielder. Of course, we had to release Frankie de Jong, so we are going to sign Joey Veerman here from PSV Eindhoven on an absolute bargain. I am really excited about that. We have our first player departure of the season, however, as Ezal Zuli is off to Torino here. 5.1 million pounds in our back pocket. Now my attention returns. We've had so many players come back from like 2-year loan moves that I want to send them right back out. The first of whom is going to be the center half, Roberto Delgado, headed to Darmstadt. Wasted a lot of time waiting for loan offers though for some of these guys that we just couldn't get loan offers for. Surely these guys are in hot demand to take on loan. But it is what it is. We've had a fairly tame transfer window, but we made necessary changes, saving a little bit of money for the January transfer window though, to see where we need upgrades. I don't think it'll be in the midfield. If anywhere, it'll be somewhere in the defense. Big start to the season for Mendes, Paco, and Frances. Not so much Frances. Paco and Mendes are probably the 2 guys that I'm like, your spots might get upgraded. It's a cold, cold world. All right, we're proving that second season syndrome isn't a thing. We are currently 5th in La Liga with a real shot of getting ourselves European football once again for Barcelona in season number 5. So let's go put our money to the test. Let's get to work and get ourselves into the top 4. To be fair, I did say I only want to keep Alexander Timchik at the club for the 1 year whilst we had Mendes out on loan. Mendes has come back, and to be honest, I'm probably going to look to upgrade the right back role. So we're going to cash in the check, cash in the money in the bank, and get £6.7 million back for the Ukrainian. There we go, lads. Get in there. We get a +6 upgrade to our defense to the right back role. The Portuguese, I mean, we've already had one Portuguese right back in the squad. This time we get a significantly better one. It is João Mario joining us here from Athletic Bilbao for £32.5 million. Really excited to have this dude in the team. One thing I've noticed in FIFA 23 is that there's not many like high potential right back options you can get in career mode. So anytime we can kind of avoid getting the likes of, you know, Frimpong and players like that, I'm really happy with it. Come on, yes! I was not expecting this, if I'm being 100% honest. I thought like even pushing for the top 4 might have been a little bit beyond our reach, but we ended up coming second in La Liga this year, and they're going to be playing Champions League football next year. You love to see it. What a climb back to success it has been. Still got to get over that final hurdle though, domestically at least. We need to be winning La Liga. That is now the dream. Scrolling down the table, the relegated sides are going to be Granada, Levante, and Elche. Real Madrid have absolutely walloped Sociedad in the Copa de España final. Man City win the Champions League. AC Milan have won the Europa League, and it is Feyenoord picking up the Conference League this year. I am genuinely so interested to see how we do in the Champions League next year though. Araujo back to his best. Our front three are just unreal. 21 goals for Araujo, 19 for Trincao, and 17 for Alan Velasco. That is exactly what the doctor ordered. We are a goal-scoring juggernaut. To be totally honest though, lads, we are exceeding even my wildest expectations. I am so surprised we're playing Champions League football in season 5, but I'm embracing it with everything, and I think you guys should as well. Let's see if we can cause an upset in the Champions League. It's time for us to take that next step in the defense. We're bringing a Spanish talent back to his home nation. Marc Cucurella is joining us here from Borussia Dortmund for £50 million. Now, some of you guys might be saying, Jared, you've already got Balde at left back. Why are you signing another left back? That's a valid question. As we can see here, Cucurella, his second position is listed as centre back. I'm nervous, but I'm hopeful that it's going to be a quick conversion process to centre. What? Oh, I hate this game. Why is he listed as being able to play centre back, but it's going to take 298 weeks to convert him? I'm going to start the process, but I want to put him in the starting 11 and see if it brings down his overall, because if it does, I am genuinely going to be filthy. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. I am done with this game. -3 overall. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. Why would you say he can play centre back when it goes and takes him down 3 overall and takes almost 300 weeks, like 6 years, to convert him? Oh, I'm gonna give him the first half of the season and see if it gets any better, but that might have just ruined our season. Kicking off the departures though with a loan move. Fabio Blanco, I've been trying to send him out on loan essentially the entire rebuild. We finally get him a loan move to Elche. I haven't given up hope with Salvador Mendes. Whilst he is now starting right back right now, I still think he has mad potential at the right back role. So I'm going to send him out on Newcastle United on a 1-year loan and hope that he comes back again, even more improved. We're also going to have the same mindset here for Fabian Barrera. I don't think he's going to be our starting striker, but I think there's a good chance for him to be a solid backup. Iago Sanz is hot property though. We've got Leverkusen coming in with a big offer. We've got Celtic coming in here. There are some clubs coming in that want his services, but there's no chance I'm getting rid of him. Again, another player that I think could be a solid backup. Fran Santana is off to Lazio for the year. We are saying goodbye though to Rodrigo Castillo on a permanent transfer. He's headed to Casa Pia. Friendly reminder, not every youth academy prospect is meant to be a superstar. It's okay. He still looks like he's half decent, but he's going to have to go hone his craft in the Portuguese Portuguese league. We're also going to be saying goodbye to Astanis, who is off to Besiktas on a permanent transfer. This window didn't go exactly how I planned. I was planning on making some more upgrades to the reserves, but I have decided to keep the money and see what happens in January. I mean, good signs so far. Cucurella no longer has a -2 in terms of his sharpness, so maybe he might be okay at the center back role. Can't confirm or deny. We're going to see how the first half of the season goes, and that's really going to determine whether he stays at Barcelona or we look to get another center half in. Not how I envisioned the start to season 5 panning out though. We are in the Champions League for the first time in today's rebuild, however, ladies and gentlemen, and it is definitely a challenging group stage ahead of us. Manchester City, FC Porto, and Dinamo Zagreb. Why did I say Porto like that? Regardless though, we're going to have to be on our A game if we're getting out of this group. I'm really happy. I'm over the moon with this, to be honest. I was going to say I'm really happy, but I am over the moon to see us getting out of Group H alongside Manchester City. Porto put up a good fight, but ultimately we are one of the elite teams in this group, and that fills me with a lot of confidence. Round of 16 time though, and it's an interesting draw. We get VfL Wolfsburg, the German outfit, as our opponents here, which is going to be really interesting. I'm also really happy to see that we are in the thick of the title race, currently 3 points behind Atletico Madrid, but those draws are killing us. We've had double the amount of draws and only 1 loss all year, yet we sit behind Atletico Madrid. So that's the big goal for this second half of the season, turning the draws into wins and getting a La Liga title into the trophy cabinet. And I'm really happy that Cucurella has got his act together and now has +2 sharpness, which is definitely a big relief. I was kind of nervous at the start of the season, as you guys saw. Nervous is an understatement. I was losing my mind, but his decent start of the season gives me confidence to now go and focus on other areas of the squad. I'm genuinely curious to see where our star players at Barcelona have ended up 5-6 years into this career mode. All right, let's go for one of the star youngsters, Pedri. Where has Pedri ended up? He's at Juventus. Ferran Torres, where's he gone to? He's gone back to Manchester City. Well. Absolute stud. Where's Gavi? Pablo Gavi's in La Liga at Athletic Bilbao. I did not expect that. Is Lewandowski still around? He's not. Oh, we could go find his regen. All right, final one I'll check. Ansu Fati. Where's Ansu Fati's at Sporting. Ansu Fati is in the Portuguese league playing for Sporting Lisbon or Sporting Club de Portugal. That's unexpected. Don't get it twisted, lads. Alan Velasco is still our number 1. He's our guy when it comes to the left wing spot. But I don't think it's a bad idea to think about really going for a backup option, and a quality backup option in that, which is why we have decided to sign the Mexican winger Alexi Vega, not on a free agent deal, but from Brighton and Hove Albion for £22 million. So for the first time in today's rebuild, we have Champions League knockout round football with Barcelona taking on Wolfsburg. The first leg is here at the Camp Nou. I'm not gonna lie, I think we got pretty lucky having Wolfsburg, considering we got second in the group. Although, now that I say that, they've actually got a really good side. They've got Shirky in the left wing spot, Kulusevski in the right wing spot. Actually, I don't know if there's too much information, but I literally had a dream about Kulusevski last night, and literally seeing his name right there just reminded me. I cannot remember what the dream was about, but Kulusevski was definitely in it. Anyways, first they got Thiago Almada as well. First leg at home at the Camp Nou. The scoreline is a 3-1 win. Araujo's gonna get himself a hat trick. Araujo gets a hat trick. Yes, fella. We are here in a phenomenal position to get ourselves through to the final 8 against Wolfsburg. 3-1 up thanks to the main man himself, the Portuguese prince, Araujo. Here we go. Second leg away in Wolfsburg, and the scoreline is a 1-1 draw. That is fine by me. Araujo, though, is gonna get himself another goal. That is 4 goals in 2 games. This dude is a stud. Things definitely just got real here though, lads. It is a replay of the 2015, I want to say, Champions League final. Juventus versus Barcelona. Granted, all of the 8 remaining teams are challenging in their own rights. Roma, 3-0 up against Chelsea. Regardless though, we've got to focus on another Italian team, and that is Juve. I think this is truly gonna show what we are made of. Juventus in the quarterfinals quarterfinals at the Allianz Arena. Here we go, the Allianz Stadium. They've got a very good side coming up against our former player in Pedri. They've got Virgil van. They have completely revolutionized their side for the most part in the most wild way possible. Regardless though, first leg on the road and it's a 2-2 draw. It's a 2-2 draw and there is everything still to fight for in the second leg back in Barcelona. Everything hangs in the balance right now, ladies and gentlemen. A 2-2 scoreline. We're the home team here. Velasco is here 90 overall, which is awesome to see. They've brought in Goodman for David, but here we go. The second leg, a spot in the Champions League semi-finals on the line. Barcelona versus Juventus. Come on, lads. Yes! Trincao in the 84th minute. He gets himself a brace as well. That is absolutely phenomenal. And we have done so much better so far than I expected. I genuinely thought we were a chance of not even making it out of the group, but here we are on our way to a Champions League semi-final. Oh, yes. I am licking my lips at this one. It is an El Clasico here in the Champions League semi-finals. An El Clasico for a spot to take on either Roma or Leipzig in the final. This could be a somewhat less challenging, I'm not going to say easy, but less challenging final up for grabs. I genuinely think whoever wins El Clasico wins the Champions League. Let's make sure it's us. You know what, lads? I want to make sure we have the best possible chance. Mendes has gone up +5. I'm recalling him from loan. Fran Santana. You know what? I'll recall everybody that's half decent. Blanco can stay out on loan. Barrera, oh my God! Barrera's gone up +10. Holy okay, yeah, I'm definitely recalling him from loan. We've got 3 players back from loan. They're going right on the bench and could be some super stubs. This has genuinely been one of the weirdest rebuilds I have maybe ever done. I'll leave Santana in the reserves, but I'm interested to see just how much weirder it could get. All right, here we go. First leg is at home. The first leg is at the Camp Nou. Our front three is incredible. They've got a decent team, of course. De Bruyne, they've brought in Kjaergaard. They've got Nunes playing left wing, but here we go. First leg, El Clasico, Champions League semi-finals, and the scoreline's a 1-1 draw. It's a 1-1 draw, everything to fight for at the Santiago Bernabeu. I did not expect us to be here heading into the season, lads. Hand on my heart, I did not expect to be 1-1 with Real Madrid in a Champions League semi-final this season, but we are in a golden position, a position to get ourselves into a shock Champions League final in season number 5 with Barcelona. Real Madrid stand in our way. Will the fairy tale continue here? The scoreline, no! No! We were in the lead. That is an insane game. We were 2-1 up at halftime. They bring it back. We were in the lead in the 64th minute, or it was tied up rather. No, we were in the lead. Oh my God. And then Real Madrid had just gone off in extra time. Blanco and Vinicius Jr. make it 6-4, and we're eliminated in heartbreaking circumstances here in season 5. No. And we would have been facing Roma in the Champions League final. We're going to be back in the Champions League though in season number 6. The draws have cost us a La Liga title. I am confident in saying that. Only 4 losses all year, but we finished 4 points behind Real Madrid and ultimately 3rd in La Liga, which is wild. Scrolling down the table though, lads, and the relegated sides are going to be Eibar, Almeria, and Osasuna. Real Madrid do win Supercopa. We were eliminated by Sociedad on penalties. And Copa de España actually goes to the other club in Barcelona. It's Espanyol. Real Madrid ultimately take down Roma though to win the Champions League. PSG win an all-French Europa League, and it is Freiburg winning the Conference League. I'm still hurting after that semi-final defeat though, lads. I'm not gonna lie. Our front three has just absolutely gone off though, lads. 23 goals for Araujo, 22 goals for Trincao, and 20 goals for Alan Velasco. Our attack, our front three, is carrying us. Absolutely carrying us. I think we should do something chaotic here to get that extra step further in the Champions League. And that is to try signing a Real Madrid star player. Now, I get a bit of a pass because Camavinga is no longer at Real Madrid in this save. He is at Napoli. And the good news, despite having £108 million, is that the chief executive thinks we can get him for about £82 million given he's off contract at the end of the year, which would be phenomenal. Come on, Napoli, do the right thing. They do. Yes, I love you, Napoli. Let's go get Camavinga in a Barcelona jersey. Some of my favorite moments in sporting history are when players switch to their rivals. If it's not my team, that is, because I'd be filthy as well. But I would love to see the chaos on Camavinga's return to the Santiago Bernabeu. Is there going to be another Figo incident with a pig's head? Who knows? We'll hopefully find out. But let's get Camavinga into the club. Camavinga accepts. You'll love to see it. Welcome to the Camp Nou, our new Marquee centre midfield signing, Eduardo Camavinga. Look at that. Look at Real Madrid, the cheeky buggers trying to get one back in over us. Not a chance of you getting Iago Sanz. Get your filthy hands off of him, Madrid. A player that we are happy to sell, however, is going to be Adrian Bernabeu, as the Spaniard is off to Paris FC for £12.1 million. We have managed to strike a deal between ourselves and Patrick Vieira, however, for a backup shot stopper. It is the Greek goalkeeper Odysseas Vlachodimos joining us here from Crystal Palace. A nice backup option to our current guy. But this team is just looking superb. Absolutely superb. I want some growth from Gonzalez, Torre, even like Frances, and like essentially everybody that's 85 rated. I want growth from them, but I'm really happy. The bench is super strong. The reserves, we've got backup options. I'm just really happy with what we've done with Barcelona so far. We proved to ourselves last year that we are a serious contender when it comes to the Champions League. So that is the goal this year. Champions League winners with Barcelona. That is what we want. Again, a challenging group. Inter Milan, Feyenoord, and Shakhtar Donetsk. It's not going to be a walk in the park, but it's a group that I demand we top. We're still a full year away though from Cucurella becoming a centre-back. His progress has been a lot faster than we expected. I mean, he's cut it essentially 3 years off the time, but he's still 53. He's still 1 year and what? How many weeks are in a year? Is it 58? So he's just under a year away from being a centre-back. Lord, give me strength. So we've gone undefeated in the Champions League group stages, but we don't top the group. We only had 2 wins and got 4 draws. Regardless though, we are out of the group. Inter Milan, fair play to them. They've had an absolute belter. We're into the last 16. Are we going to be versing Wolfsburg again? No, we are versing a team that we have eliminated though. We are facing Juventus in the round of 16. Hopefully we can get one over them once again. I mean, we arguably got a better draw than Inter Milan because they're facing the team that came to the semi-finals last year in Leipzig. Winning La Liga this season is so high in our list of priorities for this 6th season. We currently sit top of the league with Barcelona, but we're just 1 point clear of Real Madrid, so it's gonna come down to the wire. All right, here we go, lads. Champions League knockout round time. No business done in the January transfer window, mainly because we couldn't afford it, but here we go. We know what the goal is. We just need to take it one game at a time. We might have beaten Juventus last year, but we should not underestimate them. They have a very good team on paper. Come on, Barcelona. Strong first leg performance. Get it done. It's a 1-1 scoreline. 1-1 scoreline. Everything hangs in the balance for the second leg now. This is nerve-wracking. It would honestly be a massive failure if we were eliminated in the round of 16 this season. It's a real possibility though, lads. I'm not gonna lie. This Juventus team is class. We need to step up and get the job done here in Turin. Put another dagger in the heart of Juventus and another dagger in the heart of our former player, Pedri. Of course, I didn't manage him, but the former Barcelona player. Here we go, lads. Second leg on the road. Get it done, Barca. We get it done in extra time. Velasco in the 110th minute. Our star Argentinian winger is gonna fire us into a Champions League quarter-final date with destiny. Camavinga missing a pen early on, but all is fine. All is well. We're into the quarters. Well, there you go. I was not expecting this. Regardless, I'm welcoming it. We've got Benfica in the Champions League quarterfinals. Benfica. I'm interested to see their side, to say the least. All right, we need to let's keep it 100. We should be winning this game. We should be the better team here, but we can't slack off. We need to come in and play our game. They've got some decent players. Ruben Neves, I assume that is. João Victor. They've got Musa up top, who's a stud. Jared Bowen as well. Regardless, though, let's get the job done in the first leg. Away against Benfica. We come away with a 2-1 win, but we could arguably have gotten lucky there. They missed a penalty, and we only have a 1-goal lead, which shows this is not over. Let's get it done. Let's get ourselves back to the Champions League semi-finals. We have the lead against Benfica. Let's not bottle it. Get a draw or a win. Draw or a win, and it is a win. 4-2 on aggregate. Another 2-1 game. Trincao and Araujo we're back to the Champions League semis. Also, I think you can see it right there. João Neves. I don't think it was Ruben Neves. João Neves. This is where we fell last season. The Champions League semi-finals. Unfortunately, it's not an opportunity against Real Madrid. They have had it. Real Madrid didn't even make it out of the group knockout. Like, Real Madrid didn't even make it to the... Oh, wait, they lost to Liverpool. But regardless, we're taking on Tottenham. Tottenham here in the Champions League semi-finals. Let's book our spot into a final against either Lyon or Inter Milan. At home for the first leg. Let's get ourselves off to a flyer of a start. I've been worried with like all of the 1-1 scorelines and the 1-goal leads. I want a big lead. Marcus Rashford though, and Sinistera, both Tottenham players. Eric Dier is the captain. They've got a decent team. We've seen some pretty wild teams in this rebuild so far. They're up there. Anyways, quick simming the first leg against Tottenham, and it's once again a 1-goal lead in a game that we dominated. They only had 2 shots and they get 1 goal. Trincao and Camavinga giving us a lead though. All right. Here we go. It's a trip to North London on the agenda for us here. We've got Tottenham away. May 3rd. I was hoping it was a day later so I could say May the 4th be with us. But here we go. A spot in a Champions League final on the line. Eric Dier and their goalkeeper Bruno have been dropped for Rodon and Woodman. Interesting. Here we go. Get ourselves through to a Champions League final. Come on. Yes! With ease. Trincao getting us the goal. Who got the other one? It was Araujo. We're through to a Champions League final to take on either Inter Milan or Lyon. Come on, Barca. Here we go. It is a replay of the Champions League group stages. Barcelona, Inter Milan, the 2028 Champions League final. Inter Milan did take down Lyon 5-2 on aggregate. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of hoping Lyon made the final because that would just be a really fun opponent, but we've got Inter Milan and we're here locked in, ready to complete the rebuild. Taking a look around the grounds, it's an opportunity for both sides of Milan to get European glory. West Ham United, Conference League winners. Barcelona, La Liga champions. You love to see it, lads. We end up finishing 6 points clear of Real Madrid and get our first La Liga title since we took over. Scrolling down the La Liga table, not the La Liga table. Tenerife, Elche, and Valladolid all relegated. We also add a Spanish Supercopa to our trophy cabinet, winning a Barcelona derby. And we have done the domestic treble as we win Copa de España. So we are pushing for a quad. Having a quad on the line just gives us just that extra bit of motivation. But holy shit, Francisco Trincao, 35 goals. My man has gone off. My man has absolutely gone off. Araujo with 21 goals, Valesco, like our front three, it's cooked. There's no ifs, buts, or maybes about it. Our front three is cooked, and I genuinely can't wait to use them in this Champions League final. Let's get into it. Bring on Inter Milan. We are quite literally playing in Inter Milan's backyard, playing at the San Siro here. This is rigged in every possible way for Inter Milan to win it. Let's make sure that doesn't happen. Camavinga holding it up here, gonna go back. Trying to find the right opportunity. We got lucky he took that step in there. João Mario trying to flick it on. Oh my God. I thought we're about to glance that one into the back post, but it's just gone wide. Defending here, Gonzalo Ramos. Defending using Cucurella. Cucurella, they go through, and it's a great smile from Sainz again. The double save from our keeper. You love to see it. Trincao trying to suck in the defender, which we do. Velasco. Go back to Camavinga. Camavinga! Oh my God, he just guided it towards the bottom corner. Not much power, but it almost got past the keeper. Feed it, nice. Velasco, gonna go, is he offside? I hope he's not. Oh, it's got back to Camavinga somehow. Get it through, square it. Oh my God, I should have just been selfish and had the shot. Oh, they're picking us apart. Oh, I thought we were about to lunge in to make the tackle there. No, what is going on? Just clear it. Just get it away. Feed it! Go! Is he onside? Araujo, you've got to meet it! Araujo! Araujo! He missed! Are you kidding me? He's missed! Oh my God, Araujo! That was begging to be scored. That was begging to be scored. Oh, come on. Go short. Go back to Araujo, come on! He doesn't miss it twice! The second opportunity in under 5 minutes, and it is the Portuguese striker, Araujo, giving us the lead here, picking apart Inter Milan's defense. This has been such a cagey, high-strung final, but we take the lead. But I still think Inter Milan have got some stuff left in the tank. Feed it out wide. Good. Come on, just get the ball away. Maybe go for, no, I didn't want that pass. Blow the whistle, referee. Blow it, referee. There we go. Oh, yes. That was an intense Champions League final, but we have relegated, bankrupt, and now rebuilt Barcelona, making them champions of Europe. What a rebuild. I told you, lads, I wanted Nico Gonzalez to be the man that lifts the Champions League trophy here with Barcelona, and that is exactly what is going to happen here. Barcelona, Champions League winners. Lads, if you enjoyed today's Barcelona rebuild, make sure you click here to subscribe and click here to watch another video.